Liverpool Fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool Fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki man Sai, and today's video is about the contract renewals of Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think there's a lot to be positive about, especially 3 wins out of 3 clean sheets, beating Man United 3-0. There's a triple threat of good news right there. And I'm sure the positive vibes will continue when we beat Nottingham Forest at home. Watch out for that preview coming up very, very soon. But unfortunately, I need to highlight negativity I unfortunately witnessed in yesterday's collaboration video with Anfield Agenda. Now, Craig was kind enough to share his precious time. He's a busy man. You know how successful his channel is, and he's earned it through graft and hard work. In fact, all content creators put in so much effort, and you might think it's for the rewards, it's for the clout, it's for the finances, but look, I'm going to be completely upfront and transparent. YouTube doesn't even pay a penny, hardly even minimum wage. Look at this. Now, if you do the conversions from yen to pounds, it's not even £2.50 for every 1,000 views. Now, you do the math on all the popular channels, and despite the huge number of views, it's way below minimum wage. And each video takes about 3 to 5 hours of work to actually get out there. So the best way to support your favorite YouTube channels is obviously through YouTube membership and merch. I digress just a little bit. First and foremost, I want to apologize to Craig for some of the toxicity and negative comments in the chat. Now, this is my first time moderating the comments war. As you know, this is a channel with substance and abundance, and I've never really seen such direct character assassination or negativity in my experiences so far, which was an absolute source of joy because I am so happy with the positive vibes that all of you guys contribute video on video that I was really surprised to see some attacks of a very personal nature. Now, everyone is open to constructive criticism, or simply I don't want to watch your videos or your channel, or you're not my cup of tea, but have direct false comments, negative comments, and even vindictive comments at a personal level. I've got to tell you, man, it really hurts. It really does hurt. It really does ruin someone's day when you read that kind of stuff. And I know for certain Craig has been hurt by some of these comments as well, and also his fans as well don't deserve to see such abuse towards a really crucial member of the Liverpool community. In fact, he's one of the ones that works the hardest in terms of bringing you the latest news, the inside scoop, giving his analysis and his opinion. And as my honoured guest, this should have been a safe environment for him to see the positive feedback, of which there was lots of great feedback. Thank you so much for commenting on how much you enjoyed the collaboration. And similarly, when I went onto his channel as well, all the positive feedback really made my day. It should have been a safe haven for this community, and I'm sorry, Craig, I let you down in regards to moderating. And the fact that a lot of you are watching my channel might even be down to Craig openly advocating for the quality of my channel, singing my praises and exposing it to the masses, because obviously with his reach, he is such an influential figure, and he's gone out of his way to give me some of his time, to allow me to appear on his show as well, and openly praise my channel in front of his loyal followers when he had no obligation to do so whatsoever. So I am eternally grateful, and I really do want to apologise to Craig for having seen some of those comments, and to the general audience who just want a united Liverpool in the mantra of "you'll never walk alone." And I will hold my hand up, and I've probably taken for granted YouTube comment moderation, how it affects people. It's an 8-hour time difference between myself and the people in the UK. I'm dazed and glazed from a hard day of work. I finish around 10:30, 11 PM at night time, so I have literally 1 hour to wind down after my job, after daddy daycare with Endo and Mia, who are 2 and 4 respectively. And in my 1 hour of downtime, I can either hit the gym, read a book, play some games, or try to interact on YouTube. So once again, I implore everyone to find the best in yourself. This is a loving community. He was my honoured guest. Be respectful and appreciate the video for what it is, which was an absolute great session filled with positivity and good vibes. And from here on in, it's a zero tolerance policy towards any of my guests and my friends, because they've ultimately gone out of their way to help me through their own kindness. And that's all I wanted to say, really. So unfortunately, 99.9% of the comments were really positive. I loved our collaborations, loved our sessions. We went straight into the analysis, real substance in abundance. The cream of the crop! And I hope one day we can collaborate again. But Craig is now on a well-earned vacation, so I wish him all the best. Okay, so with that being said, let's get onto the main topic of today's videos, the contract renewals. Just before we do, I have to pick up the mushroom boy Endo from kindergarten and bring him to the Panya-san shop because he did amazing in swimming. Wiener pan. Take 2. Now, I'm pretty confident that all 3 of them will renew their contract for differing reasons. So let's take the first one, Trent Alexander-Arnold, the Scouse heartbeat, the wonder kid entering his prime years. Now, unfortunately, if you do a bit of photoshopping, he would actually look pretty good in that Real Madrid kit. It's not a bad kit after all. Besties with Jude Bellingham. Obviously, he's a senior. He'd be a Galactico. He'd establish his worldwide brand, have a far and wide reach for the Alexander-Arnold playmaking skills and ability. Not the best defender, but Real Madrid have majority of the possession anyway. To be able to pick out Rodrigo, Vinicius, Mbappe, sure, right? He can do his little Trent Mbappe pose every now and again, maybe when he gets an assist. However, there are more important things than money and prestige and reputation, and this is a player who's been dreaming of leading Liverpool to titles and Champions League glory since he was a youth. He is a Scouser, born and bred red, as is his whole family. He is next in line to be Liverpool captain. He's an essential part of the slot machine, slotting the ball through with aplomb to our players to do the damage if he's not shooting himself and scoring those wonder goals. Now, he came out and said he wants his contract negotiations to be done behind the scenes, out of the limelight. He doesn't want to take spotlight away from his current season. He trimmed his hair. There's significance to that. Mo Salah also trimmed his hair. Both are aerodynamic now, glide like the wind. Agility, max, stat increase. However, I digress just a little bit. Trent Alexander-Arnold, entering his prime years, loves Liverpool, going to be the next Liverpool captain, can do everything he needs to do at Liverpool because the system is designed for him. Don't forget, the Liverpool system is designed to exploit the best attributes of Mo Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold. A Real Madrid system will not be that. He will be another addition to try to utilize Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, for example. Him, Valverde, all the other hard grafters, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, they are functions to be utilized to allow their star players to shine, right? So don't imagine that Trent is going to be the one that you build your whole team around. Now, saying that, there is coverage for Trent. Valverde can cover him, Camavinga can cover him, Tchouaméni can cover him. But once again, the Liverpool system is designed to allow him to roam into prominent positions to cause maximum damage and allow his game intelligence and give him the responsibility to determine when he goes and when he stays. Obviously, fitting into the Arne Slot tactical system as well, albeit you've got to stick to the manager's tactics because otherwise the whole thing falls down. I think Trent does renew. It's about finances. Give him a contract that shows his worth. This is going to be the contract that takes him through his prime years. You could be talking 300k a week, but my goodness, there's no right back in the history of the world that can do what Trent Alexander-Arnold has done. Think about that for a second. There are amazing players at right back throughout the ages. You could have Sergio Ramos early in his career, Dani Alves, Maicon, Javier Zanetti, Philip Lahm, for example, Bertie Volts, Dennis Irwin, Jaume Santos, and you've probably got to throw in Kyle Walker maybe. But none of them can do what Trent Alexander-Arnold did, and Roberto Carlos even said it when he was listing his greatest fullbacks as well. He hesitated when it came to Trent Alexander-Arnold because of his unique qualities. Who gets that amount of assists? Is that essential in a team? Can win the game from that right back position. Outstanding. He's a Scouse heartbeat. He's here to stay. Pretty confident he will sign a deal, right? To leave Liverpool is quite a statement in the reality of life, considering that he goes more into the classification of a Steve McManaman and a Michael Owen than a Steven Gerrard, and I think that has a huge bearing on his consciousness for the rest of his life because the playing career is short. So that's my take on Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, Virgil van Dijk, club captain. Arne Slot's come in, give him new lease of life, new responsibility. He's finally recuperated and recovered from the ACL injury from Jordan Pickford, that T-Rex, you know, with little arms. He seems to be happy in the Dutch Netherlands setup. There's a lot of Dutch brethren, the bros in Liverpool as well. Gakpo, Gravenberch, Arne Slot, Virgil van Dijk. I know Sepp Vandenberg's left, but he can come over for a cheeky stew every time his team comes down to Merseyside, right? He can have that stew. And really, a player such as Virgil van Dijk with the game awareness, the physicality, the reading of the game, the dominance. He was in the Premier League Team of the Season last season. Now, his contract renewal, Mo Salah's contract renewal is slightly different than Trent's because Trent is entering his prime years. Still a prime asset that could be sold down the line. He won't be sold. But Van Dijk, will he be declining in the further age? Will he justify the wages, the high wages that he'll be on in the next 2 years or so if he renews for 2 or 3 years? The answer is yes, because of the type of player he is. You look at Pepe, the Portuguese Pepe, right, still going strong, recently retired. You look at Thiago Silva, the leadership qualities, the respect in the global game, the name, the endorsement that VVD, Virgil van Dijk, brings to Liverpool Football Club, the prestige, the signing that transformed our luck from nearly hads and chasing that title into Champions League and Premier League winners, obviously with Alisson Becker as well. Thank you Nabil Fekir for failing in every regard, whether it's your brother asking for more money or your knee or whatever. And remember that Virgil van Dijk waited for Liverpool, even though there's that slight tap-up admission, the Blackpool Towers and all that jazz. He waited for Liverpool. He determined Liverpool was the one he wanted to go to. He had an offer from Manchester City. There's interest from Chelsea as well. He chose Liverpool, and for good reasons. He's happy. He's settled. He's the captain. He stays because there's no one that does it quite right like Virgil van Dijk. He is a stalwart. He is the man mountain. Him and Konate, wow, that could lead us to the next Premier League title. Confidence in this deal. He's cool as a cucumber. Arne Slot, his compatriot, will convince him of the prominent role. Once again, it's about the finances, it's about respect. Most of this is about respect. And Mo Salah coming out openly saying Liverpool have not initiated talks. So much chess, 4D chess going on here, right? He's in great form at the moment, leading the fantasy football points alongside Erling Haaland. A goal and 2 assists in the last games. 34 points. I captained him. Thank you very much, Egyptian King. He no longer runs down the wing the same as before, but he's now the ultimate playmaker like an older statesman Messi because of the fact that he has the game intelligence and off-the-ball running. Now, he doesn't necessarily need the pace. His technical attributes, his off-the-ball running, his game intelligence, and the system that is designed for him are really, really important statistics. The Liverpool team is set up for Mo Salah to get those goal metrics, whether it's through appearances, whereas through appearance statistics, his assists and his goals always rack up. He's well respected. He's a model professional. He looks after his body. He can go until he's 40. The amount of money he's on actually is justified for the fact that if you can get those performances week in, week out of him. And do consider that Frank Ribery and Arjen Robben did it at Bayern Munich until they were like 35, 36 years old. And especially Arjen Robben was a sick note, injury note. Mo Salah fit as a fiddle. He even came in his 24, and during that whole duration that he's at Liverpool, he's never shown any real injury doubt, right, for long periods of time. And he's been here so long, he's almost Liverpoolian himself. He considers his daughter, according to Paul Ghost, as a Scouser. Then it's of mutual benefit because he's wanting to break the records. Liverpool are set up for him to break the records. He's settled in Liverpool. Liverpool have created relationships and partnerships with him and Trent and Szoboszlai in particular, and him and Nunes on occasion as well. They actually, Lucho Diaz as well, they're slotting each other recently very, very successfully on the diagonals as well. The system is set up for him to break the records. Now, why would he want to leave that to start again building those relationships, those patterns of play, the understanding with the coach in another team? He wants to break the Premier League records, and he wouldn't go to another Premier League team because that would be seen as a soft betrayal. And he wants to be highly regarded up there with Steven Gerrard as number 1 and 2, obviously with Dalglish as well, 1, 2 and 3. One of them will be at the top, probably Dalglish in all honesty, followed by Gerrard. But if Mo Salah stays for additional years and wins more Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues, could the man Mo Salah, Egyptian King, actually overtakes Steven Gerrard in the pecking order because of the sheer volume of trophies that he wins? Obviously, disregarding that the kind of teams Gerrard played in, it was a one-man band and carried us on many occasions. In fact, he's underrated. There's no player in history that was quite the athlete like Steven Gerrard who could do it all. Saying that though, I don't like Gerrard in central midfield. I like him in attacking midfield, a right wing slot, number 10 or shadow striker. I don't even like him in the 6th position, but that's a discussion for another day. Mo Salah wants to stay at Liverpool, which is why he's played his hand to say that Liverpool haven't offered him a new deal. They're apparently considering offering Lucho Diaz a new deal to keep him in his prime because Arne Slot has found a way to get him in between the goals to score the goals consistently. Keep this team together, which has been a really good trait of Jurgen Klopp. By keeping the team together, they have the basis for success because they're quality players. This is now a destination, not a stepping stone. They want to stay, want to achieve together, and you only add a lick of paint on top and the squad looks immaculate. They're not that far away from the Manchester City squad. In fact, I'd argue that the second 11 is as good as the Manchester City squad, which means we can beat them because on any given day, 11 to 11, Liverpool have a chance to win. You look at the betting odds, they're not wrong. Okay, digressing just a little bit. So he's on top form, which means he's expecting the maximum top dollar, right? This is the epsilon of what he can get in terms of the contract renewals because he can show how good an asset he is. It might be a play by him and his agent because traditionally he declines after, let's say, February, March. He gets tired. He's run his legs off as well. The form might not be there. There might be spotty patches in form. So his transfer position is slightly weakened by the fact of, modern bias, recency bias of the last few games. This is when he can earn the most money. Liverpool need to show him respect, pay him respect. But at the same time, it might be an interesting ploy by Arne Slot and Michael Edwards because people say that Michael Edwards doesn't historically give those longer contracts to the 30-year-olds. But what if it's almost a gambit to say, prove you deserve that real dollar. You want 400k a week? let's see your form, and then you'll get it. You dangle the carrot, you incentivize it, and you say, I will give you the $400 a week. I'll give you that 400k a week if you hit certain milestones. So that results in increased incentive and motivation for Mo Salah because he wants that new contract to stay. That discussion, that interview itself, really intimated to me that he wants to stay, because otherwise you don't mention that. You keep things behind closed doors, poker faced, and then what happens, the options come in. I don't read that as he's telling the market that he might be available. It indicates to me, like Suna said, that he wants to stay. He just wants an offer that's respectful to him. But what if Trent, Van Dijk and Salah have that performance incentivized goal, that if they reach certain statistics, form or metrics, or Liverpool, are challenging towards the end of the season, that is yours. The money is yours. And if not, then let's renegotiate and come to a compromise that works for everybody. And some other people might be saying, that's insane. They can go for a free. If they go for a free, they go with the blessings of the fan base. You have to respect the absolute sheer quality, the effort, the memories that all three of these players have given us. It's their life, it's their career, and they've done it and made us absolutely happy and overwhelmed with emotion on any given day because of what they've done in Liverpool colours for our beloved club. We are a family club. We support them. They are loyal. They've been model professionals. They are great human beings as well, but it's their life. And if they choose to have a new adventure, a new destination, then it wouldn't have happened without reason, and we should be respectful of those reasons as well, because they've given it all in the Liverpool red colours. And just going on to the point about Michael Edwards not handing out long contracts over 30-year-olds, right? So maybe that's the case for the 99% of player, but for that 1%, the cream of the crop, the Miyazaki Man Sai, Liverpool fan in Japan, and Trent Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk, and Mo Salah, they're still performing at the highest level, and they probably will do next year. And the year after that, they've got a part to play, and I see them all in Liverpool's immediate future contributing to trophies. So hopefully you guys agree with those statements. It'd be fantastic news for the fan base. Maybe they've already agreed the contracts, but they save it for an opportune time to lift up the spirits and the morale of the fan base, maybe ahead of the Manchester City clash, for example, or the Arsenal clash. Who knows? However, I'm optimistic, I'm positive, the season's gone very, very well. Once again, everyone, let's unite together. It's a message of positivity all around the name Liverpool, the words Liverpool Football Club. Thank you so much for watching. Smash a like, helps the video get seen. Subscribe if you haven't already. Lots of quality content coming up as well. And as I mentioned, the best way to support the channel is through YouTube membership. Thank you to all the members who are supporting the channel so far. And a big, big welcome to Mr. Battle Red, because you are literally the equivalent of me making an additional 25 videos every month. £2.50 for 1,000 views. Come on, that's not right, but it is what it is, right? So thank you so much to the members. A big shout out to all of you. And I'm constantly thinking of ways to innovate, to make the delivery better and better. I have a few really, really funky ideas coming up, so keep an eye out for that. And make sure to show love to all the content creators, Anfield Agenda, Red Men TV, everyone who puts their hard effort into the grind to make the content for everyone's entertainment, because the ecosystem would be a much worse place without their presence in it. So domo arigato minasan, Miyazaki-gan, the army, Ichiban, we're growing constantly. Join the Discord as well. We chat transfers, fantasy football, the preseason, the international break, the players' hairstyle and profile on occasions. Until next time, keep safe, peace. Janet means see you later. Now hit my music.
Liverpool fan in Japan.